Hi everyone, my name is Caleb, and the point of my presentation today is to get you guys to join this club on campus, Students for Abundance. So why you should join Students for Abundance? How many of you guys have to take out like a crazy amount of loans or work an insane amount of hours just to be able to pay for college and rent? Because like I know I had to take out a bunch of loans, and some of my closest friends, like my closest friend works 2 jobs and he's part of like 3 clubs. Like he is so busy just trying to afford college. It has gotten out of hand how much college tuition has gone up. Both rent and tuition are outpacing minimum wage by an absurd amount. Minimum wage has gone up 432% since 1980, which that's not accounting for inflation. So after inflation, it's gone up about 100%. It's nearly doubled. While tuition has gone up 900% in the same time, which means tuition has outpaced minimum wage by over 300%. So tuition has gone up 6 times the price it has in right around 40 years, and it took an even larger jump before that if we want to go further and further back. So why SFA? Where does this come into it? SFA is, our goal is to basically lower tuition costs, lower rent at different places. And the way we do this is we lobby to officials, we change legislation, and we try and promote certain candidates that agree with our stances. In Amanda Coates' article, abundance is the idea of expanding supply of important goods and services. So one of the things I struggled with when I first joined is I thought that this just meant we would increase taxes, because that's how a lot of things get paid for, is you increase the tax, then it can pay for housing, tuition, stuff like that. That's not our goal. Our goal is to change legislation that basically doesn't allow us to build new infrastructure, and so build new housing, build new bridges, schools, anything that can, and obviously when the supply goes up, prices should come down with that. A quote from one of the articles I liked was, "Scarcity is often artificially created by institutionalized barriers," which means like we have the money to be able to afford all this stuff. That's not the issue with why we can't afford stuff. The issue is that there's these barriers they create to keep wealth they like to keep the wealth up high and not disperse it evenly, and our goal is to try and make it more dispersed. Another thing that's important is when we increase supply, we have to know who it's for. We don't want to we want to build more houses. So we don't want to build way more mansions because we're not going to be able to afford the mansions. We want to build affordable housing that everyone can afford and will be it'll be better for more middle class and like working class people. Currently there are 12 chapters of Students for Abundance, including like Duke, Stanford, Harvard, Yale. This is the first Cal State to get this club on campus, and we are opening this following semester. We're all but set up already. We've gone through all the things needed to be set up. We just need to wait for the next semester. So, excuse me. Another quote I liked from the Cal State Berkeley Students for Abundance Club is on their thing. It says, "The goal is to remove political, institutional, and cultural barriers that keep supply low, cost high, and progress slow." Some objections, like I talked about earlier, effects on taxes. That was my biggest issue before I joined the club, was I just assumed it would increase taxes, but like I said earlier, our goal is to increase supply of housing and to lower fees on tuition costs as well. And then why can't other people do this instead? A lot of people won't want to join this club, and that's okay. There are other people who can do this. But this is an opportunity. That's how I took it, at least. I thought the way the economic system works in America was not ideal. But it's so vast and so broad that I didn't know how I could join it in any way. I was just like, I'll let other people handle that. I can't really affect it. There's nothing I can do to actually help. But that's not true. I got this opportunity from some of my best friends who are starting the club, and they talked me into it, and I'm the treasurer for this club that's upcoming. There's our website at the bottom. I can send that to anyone who wants it. Obviously, I don't want to spam you guys with information and stuff like that you don't want. But like visualizing what this would do is, if prices keep going up, we're already too far gone. That tuition's too expensive, rent's too expensive. That like we need change, and this is a way to help do that change. It's not, and even if it's just in local economics, if it's in our city, if it's in our county, it doesn't have to be the entire United States, but just doing something can help. Yeah, thank you guys.